Hey guys, this is mhero25 with my follow-up video like I said. So basically, here are my strategies for my deck. Um, right now I kind of shuffled it up because I thought I was done. And, you know, well, we'll just see how this works out. Just bear with me. Alright, basically, I'm going to go with for card what I draw. Serene. Use her. Damn it, I'm sorry for the glare, guys. Basically, just use her to set up for your next turn. When she's attacked, or no, it's not even when she's attacked, when she's destroyed, you send from field to graveyard. That's key. When she's sent from field to graveyard, remove banish one psychic type monster in your deck with 2000 its attack, and on your on the next standby phase, it's special summoned. So that means you can pretty much set up for anything. You can set up with destroying back row with Destructotron, swap monsters with psychic jumper, add a card to hand with Esper Girl, block with Cleric, or just have a beat stick ready with sorry, I'm burping a lot, with Wizard. And if not that, you can go with your level 3 tuner, which is Psychic Commander. That's pretty much what she is. She pretty much starts up the whole deck pretty well. That's the point of running her. You run 3 of her to make it run a little bit faster. Miracle Synchro Fusion is basically, you set this card face down. Sorry guys for the glare again, I'm really sorry. It's down now. You pretty much set Miracle Synchro Fusion to, set it or activate it. If you set it, you +1. If it's destroyed, you lose your ability to fuse, but you gain so much more. And if you set it, if it's destroyed or not, you just plus alive. So it's a gain either way. That's the way I look at it. Next up, Giant Rat. Giant Rat is basically to search out Serene Psychic Witch a lot faster. So what's the point of running him? And we target any Earth monster with 1500 less attack, so you can target Commander. Well, pretty much you just target Serene or Commander. Anyone else is a pretty bad idea because they have to be summoned in attack mode. So what's the point of running him? Next up, Torrential Tribute. Child card, destroyed field. Especially if you have Ultimate Axon Kicker, it doesn't affect him at all. So, and if you have all your other psychics that plus more, you pretty much you gain a lot. Next up, Mirror Force. The trap card that bounces your opponent's attack right back at him. So good card to have. Why once you run it, you can find this one and start Strategic Merrick. A lot of these cards nowadays are easy to find, so it's not that much of a hassle. Psychokinesis, you only run one in this deck because your deck's not fully psychic anymore. You run a Giant Rat, beast type. If you have, if you have the original build, which is, you have Effect Leader, it's Fairy, and then you have Gore, who's a Fiend. It's not a full psychic deck anymore. And as long as, one's good enough. You pay 1,000 life points to destroy any card in the field. So yeah, it's pretty good. With the Giant Rat, for more search power. Monster Reborn. That card is basically to special summon whatever card you need to finish your opponent off, or just stop your opponent from special summoning a monster. In all honesty, with the Monarch deck, my friend never realized that a lot of my friends would never realize the Monster Reborn should run frog to stop loop. So I would do that. I did that once, and it really just destroyed him. Mind Over Matter, again, to replace Solemn Warning, because I do not have money for that card, and I never did pull it. So it's good enough for right now. Distribute a psychic type monster on the field to negate the activation or normal summon or special summon of a monster. So that's pretty good. And use it with Esper Girl, with her effect live on the field, or Cleric with effect live on the field, or Wizard effect live on the field. You pretty much get there. You plus. It's pretty much pretty good. Deep Prison, to banish those monsters that cannot be destroyed by battle or cannot be, targeted by card effects. That cannot be destroyed by card effects. So this is your answer to that. course, staple card nowadays. Psychic Commander, your other level 3 Earth Tuner. You know, this is your target for, you know, Commander, with Overdrive Teleporter to get him out to sync for a Hyper Psychic Blaster. It's pretty much all you use them for. It's like, you know, if you have 2 of them on the field, you can decrease the attack of a monster by at least 1,000. I mean, max by 1,000, and you know, it's a pretty good way to get over a lot of strong monsters. Wizard, I just talked about him earlier. When he's normal summoned, his effect activates, he's live on the field. That's basically, when he's normal summoned, banish one psychic type monster in your graveyard, and when he's hit from field to grave, special summon that monster. He's good on the field, and he's he's good on the field as a beat stick, but he's way more effective in the when he's in the graveyard. The safest way I know how to use it is to exceed summon with Utopia, so that way if they banish Utopia or bounce Utopia, it doesn't really matter, because you know why? I +2. You destroyed one monster, but I +2 more, and I might draw one if it's Esper Girl. I might, you know, be able to attack twice, and if they compulse or deprison, it can be battle or banished. So there you go. You really can't do much against that. Another wizard, you know, overlay, like I said earlier. Mind over matter, just talks about that to negate. Compulse, you know, it's self-explanatory. To bounce a card that you just don't approve of. You know, basically the spells and traps in this deck. Most of the traps are to, you know, control your opponent's monsters, so that way you can attack directly, and you know, decide if you want a card to be destroyed or not. And I've honestly, when I said that, I honestly mean it. You control whether you want to be attacked or not. If you need Witch destroyed, you'll let it go through. If you don't want to get attacked directly, you can compulse it. It's pretty much, you know, how you want. You just don't activate it as soon as you can. You wait. That's the point of this deck. You're supposed to wait and, you know, assess the situation. You're not supposed to just go willy-nilly with it. You're supposed to assess the situation, and then react to it. One Overdrive Teleporter, you know, this point of the guy is to get Hyper Psychic Blaster a lot faster. You know, it's easier to get out. And if you use them the right way with the ones that are with the Cleric, Wizard, or Esper Girl, you plus more than you pay. Solemn Judgment, staple card nowadays. You can get them in Merrick and Lost Sanctuary, you know, the new fairy deck that came out. You know, he's not a staple nowadays, so it's not hard to get him. Dark Hole, I have no idea where you can find this guy anymore. I just have this. Mine's pretty banged up because it's pretty old. Like, I used to do one when I was a little kid. You know, so I kept this guy because, you know, memory's sake. Next up, MST. You run 2, just destroy back row. Sometimes sometimes I'll use to bait my opponent out to activate MST. Sure, I lose an MST, but so does he. So I don't. It's pretty much a dead draw. Double MST right there. Again, Witch. Bottomless Trap Hole to destroy and banish all special summon monsters or normal summon monsters that I don't agree with. Again, you know, assess this situation. Don't do it just because you can, or just because it was the first thing you could do. Assess the situation. You know, think about it. You really gotta think about it. This is what Yu-Gi-Oh is about now. This is what I kind of like the fact that the new bandits came out, because like now the game's more about thinking, not just, you know, overpowering your opponent or just swarming the field. You know. Cyber Dragon. This card comes in handy in this deck because if your opponent controls a monster and you don't, you can special summon this guy, then normal summon. And, you know, he's a good way for your opponent to, you know, use up all his resources like Bottomless, Compulse. And, you know, if he's summoned to Compulse it, alright, special summon again, he's gonna have to deal with it all over again. So, yeah. Good way for your opponents to waste the resources, and if they don't want to waste resources, okay, good. Now they let me have a monster that I can use to destroy a lot of theirs. So, yeah. Esper Girl, I was just talking about her a few moments ago. You basically use Serene to target her to banish it. and special summon it next turn to banish the top card of your deck, and then once you send from field to graveyard, you add the card. So pretty much +1 if you can get that, if you can get it from field to graveyard, which is why I use Mind Over Matter to make sure that happens, or I sack her to get out overdrive, so I can definitely get that plus. Compulse again. At the D prison. See, it's like with every draw, it's more consistent. More another Gore's Emissary of Darkness. You hold on to that guy, and you get that direct attack. Bam, Gore's. And then I actually do choose for this Book of Moon. Negate attack, or if you're lucky enough to, you can do an empty jar move like summon set Morphing Jar, flip summon Morphing Jar, activate Book of Moon, then you can draw 5 more. Structotron, basically destroy back row since heavy storm is now back in the game. It's a lot easier to use them because now your opponent will probably sit like 1 or 2 cards, so you pay 2,000 life points to destroy them, but you get that security in attack in the attack. Morphing Jar. We just talked about the combo with Book of Moon, but this is a good card just to add on for draw power. Effect Veiler would take its place, but I really don't know how to use Effect Veiler appropriately or effectively. Morphing Jar is more useful. Cleric, again, to replace Fossil Dino, but Cleric does just what it needs to do, just discard a card to banish one psychic in my graveyard. So, if he destroys it, great. If they compulse it, okay, I'm fine with using a monster. I'm fine with banishing a monster, but then that's a resource that you just wasted. So I have a wall in my hand. So, but it's a teleport. You use this card to I can use this card to activate Mind Over Matter to special summon a monster, activate Mind Over Matter to negate the activation of something I don't appreciate. Block for 1 turn, or sack for 1 turn, sink in 1 turn. This card's very versatile. That's why it's limited, but it's freaking useful. Trap Hole to take care of the normal summon monsters. I'm gonna tell you, in my locals lately, this Trap Hole has just been the depth of a lot of decks, because they always expect bottomless Trap Hole. So when they summon a monster who's 14, they just never expect to see that guy. Never expected. So it helps out a lot. Next up, use Fishing Grand Mole, another staple card nowadays. Bounce cards you just don't appreciate or like. So there you go. Cleric again, same old, same old. Wizard, another Cyber Dragon. Commander, Witch, and last one, Jumper. My swap card. I swap a card on the field with another psychic on my side of the field. I can pretty much steal your Stardust, Trident Dragon, Odin, Thor, Loki, anything anything that's been destroying me. I'll swap it for one of my monsters, and then I get the plus. And if you hadn't noticed, I was just pretty much drawing off the top of my deck, and pretty much I drew everything I would want or need in the turn. This is why running 40 cards in the deck becomes very essential, because you draw what you need, not draw what you need and want at the same time without worrying about drawing a dead draw. So guys, that's my second deck. That's the strategies with the deck. I shouldn't have to explain the synchros. That should be self-explanatory, guys. Well, anyway, thanks for watching. I hope someone learns from this. I hope my second duelist friends can get better. If you want to see how this deck works out, you can always PM me, so I can give you my name on Dueling Network, or we can duel online. Or if you live in Houston, Texas, you can come down to Heroes and you can duel there. Alright. Well guys, thanks. See you later. If you have any questions, any comments, concerns, or if I said anything wrong, please let me know. Alright. Thanks guys.